When people watch The Hate You Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out, man. Valiant Renegade just posted this up. Shout out to Valiant Renegade. The most epic failure ever under Disney Star Wars, The Acolyte. All right? And that's saying something. If you have the most epic failure ever under Disney Star Wars, you done really did something, okay? Think of all the bad things that Disney Star Wars has cranked out over the years. You're worse than The Last Jedi. You're worse than the Book of Boba Fett. You are worse than that garbage. And yeah, here you go, right? 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a rotten piece of shit. This entire show. Holy crap, man. I just wonder, man, what's going through the heads over there at Lucasfilm right now? How they feeling about this? Because look, you can get all of these slurping, shilling media cats, these critics, slurping all up on they shit. You can get these cats to slurp you all you want to, but the fans ain't rocking with this. Okay, the fans ain't feeling this. The fans are like, rotten, okay? Garbage, trash, basura, all right? That's what the fans are saying. That's what your audience is saying. And your audience is your customer, not these fools over here on the left, all right? You know, because like this thing is hiding on Disney Plus, you know, so then they could come out here and crank out some fake numbers like this shit right here, all right? The Acolyte blasts on the Disney Plus with 4.8 million views in the first day of streaming. Bullshit. I call bullshit, all right? And you know why I call bullshit? This is why I call bullshit. It says the Acolyte is off to a promising start on Disney Plus. The new Star Wars series launched June 4 with 2 episodes generating 4.8 million views in its first day on the streamer. That makes it the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. What else has come on Disney Plus this year? What other big series have come on? Echo? Oh, it outdid Echo. Whoa, congratulations. Good job, Disney. You outdid that piece of shit show. Golly, man. But here's why I call BS, all right? Disney Plus doesn't generally release viewership data for series after just one day of streaming. So why y'all doing it now, okay? Why y'all doing it now? Well, see, what it is, DA, we're attempting to gaslight people to make them really believe that this garbage is actually being viewed by people. That people actually give a damn about this thing. That's why we're doing it, okay? And the other thing is, think about it. If they've never released viewership data, let's say the 4.8 million, let's just give it that. Let's just say it's true, all right? What are we comparing this to, all right? You want to do some comparisons to see how it's really doing, right? Like, what if this thing say, oh, yeah, we did 4.8 million views in its first day, you know, that's how we did. But, like, what if, oh, let's say The Mandalorian had, oh, I don't know, like 20 million views or some shit, right? Like, we have no way of knowing because they've never done this before, all right? The only thing they had, they said here in August, the streamer said that Ahsoka drew 14 million views in its first 5 days, you know? So we, again, have no idea about any of this crap, you know? And again, Ahsoka, you saw how that thing finished up. Fell off the side of a cliff, all right? By the time you got to the end, nobody was rocking with Ahsoka anymore. You know, the viewership just tanked. Except for the Anakin episode, and then it kind of spiked up and then went back down again. Nobody gave a damn about this thing. So again, you're trying to compare failures to failures. It's like, who cares? All right. At this point, Disney Star Wars is 1,000% dead. They even got this shit right now. Let me zoom in on this so y'all can see it. Disney Star Wars right now is trending on X. And look, the Acolyte's right behind it. What have I always said? You want Star Wars trending? Yeah, absolutely. Star Wars, have Star Wars trending. You never want Disney Star Wars trending. When Disney Star Wars is trending, you fucked up. All right, let's just be honest. Because now everybody is relating your Star Wars with Disney Star Wars. It ain't Star Wars, all right? It's just hot garbage served up on a platter. That's it. Say, oh, look at this pretty platter that we have. Let's dump some hot garbage on it. Here you go. Eat up. And nobody's even buying it, man. Nobody's eating it up. And they got the shills in their back pocket caping for them. Yeah, here we go on screen rant. The Acolyte is being review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Why is it always that these cats come out and point out the fact that people are dumping on this show? And they try to excuse it off as review bombing. They'll never, ever, ever say, oh, yeah, there's people also giving this shit 5-star ratings, all right? 5-star, 10 out of 10, the greatest thing ever. They'll never, ever admit to that. They only point out, oh, yeah, people are dunking on it. People are slamming it, saying it's a piece of garbage. And it is. I I think it's a piece of garbage. I did a full review, okay? And so have several other people that have dunked on it and said it was garbage. So, no, it's not review bombing. Again, this is showing you the status of where Disney Star Wars is, all right? We got to start really making sure that we, keep those two apart, all right? There is Star Wars that's beloved, loved by fans across the world, all right? Star Wars. And then there's this Disney shit that nobody's rocking with. And I'm sorry, Screen Rant. Yeah, it's getting review bombed. I've told you guys in the past. Y'all know how I feel about it. A lot of people do not want to watch your garbage. Nobody wants to watch bullshit. People got stuff to do, but they want to voice their displeasure. They see what y'all doing. They see the agenda, all right? They see y'all shoving all of this LGBTQ stuff into Star Wars. Representation matters and all of that shit, all right? They've heard from Leslie Headland, all right? So they want to say, you know what? I'm not rocking with this, all right? This is not for me. You guys are destroying Star Wars. You're ruining the franchise. You're ruining the stuff that we grew up with, that we built. You're ruining it. But I'm not going to take time to, buy a Disney Plus subscription or any of that. I'm just going to say, hey, this is garbage. 1 star, half star. It's garbage. We're going to come to the trailer and we're going to thumbs it down. That's how it goes. All right. People get to, again, this is the way the internet works. All right. Oh, you guys are review bombing. This is the way the internet works. People get to say whatever it is that they want to say, however they want to say it. So if people want to come and shit all over this by giving it a thumbs down or by giving it a half-star review, oh, well. All right. Tough titty. Figure it out. Hey, why don't you start making some good Star Wars for a change? All right. How about that? Instead of just saying, oh, my God, the review bombing are, woke garbage. We're trying to push a message out here, and these people are giving it a thumbs down and a half-star rating, and they don't like our message, and then they want to call you a bigot or a sexist or whatever, a misogynist, a homophobe, whatever it is that they want to call you. And when you're just, hey, man, I'm just a Star Wars fan, and you're polluting Star Wars with woke ideology. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm giving it a half star. Fuck you. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. All right? That's me, okay? But I'm old school. I don't care, all right? This is just the internet. If your feelings is hurt, Leslie Headland, tough fucking titty. Figure this shit out. Go make a real Star Wars show, and then maybe people will give you some love, all right? Until then, get review bombed. Too bad. And look, back to this Deadline article. The streamer can be a bit inconsistent with its viewership data generally. When Percy Jackson and the Olympians debuted in December, Disney Plus announced that series' 6-day viewership tally. However, releasing the viewership for one single day of viewing does indicate that Disney Plus feels quite confident in the Acolyte's ability to keep performing well. Or it indicates that they're scared shitless and they got to put out as much positive stories as they can possibly put out right now to stem the tide of all of the negativity that this thing is getting. Again, you don't want Disney Star Wars trending. You just don't want that. All right? You want positivity coming out. This show has been out less than a couple of days, and it is getting slammed on, dunked on, all right? Elbow drops from the top rope. This thing is getting fucking destroyed. They're doing everything in their power. Deadline, come on, get with it, all right? They're doing everything in their power to say, hey, look, no, positive, 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 all right? We got this thing at 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Nobody's buying it, all right? The audience is saying, nope. Again, remember what this number is for. This number is supposed to be, hey, it's great, certified fresh. We love it. Go check it out, all right? That's what this number is supposed to indicate. But the audience is saying the exact opposite. Rotten Tomatoes reviews are some of the most disingenuous bullshit ever. And again, we're talking about one of the biggest gulfs, all right? How many, this is like what, 64% difference between the critics and the audience. And somebody lying, all right? Somebody's lying. Look at this. How you have such a big gulf? It's a lot of haters. It's a lot of shills, all right? Which way is it, all right? Which way is it? Who's shilling? Who's lying? Somebody's lying, all right? Because this is too damn big. Yeah, I seen the show. I call the critics bullshit, all right? Y'all lying, all right? This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, and check out this level of gaslighting. The Acolyte faces backlash from divided Star Wars fandom with review bombing affecting ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Showrunner Leslie Headland has proved particularly controversial. I wonder if Harvey Weinstein has anything to do with it. All right. I wonder if her relationship with Harvey Weinstein, as she was just feeding women to that dude, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Review bombing drowns out any legitimate criticisms, harming constructive feedback. Look at this, man. They're trying to say, oh, you know what? Leslie Headland's not going to listen to the constructive feedback. All right. She's not going to listen to you guys really telling her how you really feel because you guys are review bombing. You see, you're drowning out the legitimate criticism. Like this shit over here, this legitimate criticism. You call this 92% legitimate? Screen Rant. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's no way in hell this thing is a 92%. All right? Again, you got to be ideological driven. Like you don't care nothing about Star Wars. You got to be ideologically driven. All right? Or you got to be paid off. Which is it? All right? Don't give me this shit, all right? This thing is not a 92% by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see. In spite of a favorable response from critics, The Acolyte is currently being review bombed on sites such as Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. The Disney era of Star Wars has hardly been an uncontroversial one, with the fandom dividing in the aftermath of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Those divisions remain to this day, as has been proven with The Acolyte. Showrunner Leslie Headland has proved especially controversial, and there's been a vocal backlash against the Star Wars TV show from certain parts of the fandom. Look, let's think about this for a minute, all right? They just said it. The Disney era of Star Wars has hardly been an uncontroversial one, with the fandom dividing in the aftermath of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Let's think about the nonsense that's coming out from Disney, all right? Especially when it comes to The Acolyte, all right? I played that clip at the beginning with Amanda Stenberg sitting out there running her fucking mouth. Like, you want to talk about the fans are divided? Who's dividing them, all right? Who's dividing the fans, Screen Rant? White people crying was the goal. Like, and look, she's not talking about The Acolyte, all right? I already understand that. Get your ass out the comments. I know she's not talking about The Acolyte. However, this is her. She's the lead actress of The Acolyte, all right? And she is an activist. She is a hardcore activist pushing her agenda. This is what she believes in. And now you're putting her as the lead of your show? Why would you do something like this? Again, this is the kind of stuff that fans look at like, oh, hell no. I ain't watching this garbage. Imagine for just a moment if this was a white actor and he said black people crying was the goal. All right. We wanted to make black people cry. That's the goal. Imagine if that was the case, or if this was a white actress even, or if they said, Asian people crying was the goal. We want Asian people crying. Imagine for just a moment if that was their goal. Nobody would put up with that shit for a second. It works exactly the same way. That's what divides people. Screen Rant. Oh, wow. Everybody's divided. The fandom's divided. Yeah, I wonder why. Okay? Because they got woke ideologues making the content, hating on men. All right? It's obvious that Kathleen Kennedy has a male-hating agenda. You cannot convince me, you will never convince me that Kathleen Kennedy does not have an agenda to put men down, to lift women up.
The Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
Yeah, and when we talk about a fandom divided, let me end it on this quote by Obi-Wan when he's talking about binding the galaxy together, like how the Force binds the galaxy together. It's created by all living things. The Force isn't one thing, all right? It certainly isn't female, okay? It isn't female. It isn't LGBTQ, all right? If anything, in Star Wars, the Force is all of us. It's all the fans, all right? The Force is the fans. The Force isn't female. It's the fans. All the fans across Star Wars. And the fact that we're divided, all right? The fact that there's a split in the fan base, what does that indicate? Oh, just like George Lucas said, the dark side is rising, all right? And the Force is not in balance, all right? It's out of balance. And so what we got to do is we got to get rid of these Sith Lords. Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, Leslie Headland, Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, and all these other clowns over there at the Lucasfilm Story Group. These are the people that have destroyed the fan base. They have polluted the Force, all right? All of us, all right? They have polluted the Force, and they are the ones creating this divisive crap. And if it wasn't for them, everybody would be rocking and rolling. Yeah, sure. We all had our arguments and disagreements about canon and lore and who's better than this, that, and who would win between this, that. All right, we all did that, okay? But nevertheless, we were all still Star Wars fans. And the reason that people have said, deuces, I'm out, I'm done, I'm checking out, is because these clowns, like George Lucas said, they don't understand the Force. And if the Force is the fans, they don't understand the fans. They don't understand what Star Wars is about. And that's the reason why they're losing. That's the reason why Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars, because they don't understand the simple concept of bringing folks together. All right? This chick is out here. So, oh, yeah, we want to make white people cry. Leslie Headland is talking about the Acolyte needs to be queer. All right, it's going to be queer coded. That's what these people care about. And that's the reason this shit is divided, because it's not all living things. You're trying to make it one thing or a different thing. Instead of making like something that brings us all together, all right, binds the galaxy together. That's what they should be doing. That's what they are not doing. And then they want to cry that the fans are this, that, and the third. That's what y'all are, okay? When you got an actress coming out saying that I'm trying to make white people cry again, not about the Acolyte, but you're still, that's in your mindset, okay? Who are you, all right? And this chick, she gets to make Star Wars, and then, you know, Gina Carano, oh, no, you out, you know? Bullshit. But you know, again, this is what we got to do. We got to purge these Sith Lords up out of the franchise, all right? Somehow the Sith have taken over the franchise. Darth Kennedy, all right, is running the franchise, all right? We need to send her down the elevator shaft at this point. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Again, the Acolyte is getting exactly what it deserves, all right? I'm not sad, okay? I'm not sad at all, all right? Hey, Disney, this is what you wanted, all right? You wanted divisive shit. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it. So you're getting exactly what you get. Yeah, 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, all right? Choke on that, Disney. Choke on that. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.